Maybe better for me to use Bungle Cat, I guess. Bungle Cat, Bungle Pack. Where is my Bungle Cat? Okay, it's the waiting for people to gather time. This is time for art nights. Hello, hello. Sorry, just waiting for the week to start. That's why it's like this. Heard Randgrid gonna get skill balance. What's my thought on it? Like my personal experience, all the class balancing on classes I play usually don't end that well. Like you see Defensio. If you are an older viewer who was with me when it's like back when Assassin Awakening was just there, you will know that like I played Abyss Walker before and Arch Heretic before. Then both of those classes got revamps at I think a long time ago, like after the Awakening patch, the first revamp, and both of the revamps are nerfed. So I think something similar will happen. Like they did the class balancing, but then they either didn't buff the skill damage enough, or they just make the skill harder to use, like something like that. Hello, hello. Yeah, that's my experience. Like I really think that counter flare is a good skill, but then you see how they limit it right now. Like the cooldown reduction is nerfed, like greatly nerfed, because they don't want you to spam hero skill. While the hero skill of Randgrid is not really that good animation wise, and there's bugs on this battle stance passive. Like generally I'll say they will need to remake the whole class. Like it's not just buffing board damage that can solve the issue. Because Randgrid originally should be focused on counter flare, and then their mechanics on counter flare isn't really that good. Like they should made it able to cast weapon skills, and then maybe just fix the CD instead of like restoring CD when you hit enemies. If they want to bounce the hero skill on the CD, sure, but you see the CD now is 24 seconds, and you need to hit the skill for it to do like damage reduction. So it's like not really that good, because each hit of counter flare needs around like 2 bubbles. So what do you mean by restore a maximum of 10 seconds? It means that you need to have 10 bubbles to get the full reduction from counter flare, and then they base the hero skill hero skill charge on the reduction counterfeit CD instead of the actual CD, so it's really bad. And like wasting 10 bubbles on counterfeit is just sad, because most of your bubbles should be safe for your VDJ skill or BMJ skill. It's either Iron Lance or Stomp and Stab, but then you don't have bubbles for them if you use all of them on counter flare. The only time when you can really cast like 10 bubbles is when you have heat up on, which is like, you see the CD is like 60 seconds, then the CD of counter flare is like 24. Anyhow, you'll have like 1 or 2 casts without full bubbles. Then without full bubbles, it means that your skill charge is slower. So I would say it's just a very stupid design. They could have like made it better, like just like I said, just make the cooldown fixed instead of like recovery by the class mastery, something like that. Well, I know Mochi doesn't run at this time. She got service run on Saturday, which I won't stream because sometimes we need to wait the client for a long time. And it's not really good for streaming content. It's like waiting for your teammates, then also waiting for a client. It's not really that fun. People won't really want to watch, because sometimes the client delays a lot, and then I will be very busy also, since I need to contact people. I'm the one that's managing the service party for the team. Speaking of service party, I actually have stuff I haven't been yet. Yeah, Fox service. Knight, Monk, and Warlock. There's no like detailed skill description out, so I can't really say anything. But I do think that they should have finished the Vendor second class and Makina spinoff before doing stuff like that, because it's like really weird that they did like half of the stuff. Like, they should have finished Vendor class and also finished the Makina spinoff, or even just finish Vendor spinoff before going into the classes like the third job specification. Not the third job, but like the third branch. So like, I don't know like what they're doing. Like, personally, I really prefer if they I do wonder like what new stuff they can come up, but then again, I really hope that they finish the old classes first. But clearly they won't, because they are ED. Like, I know a lot of like Makina players are waiting for the Makina spinoff. Same with me, but they didn't bother. Why are people missing here? I'm actually more excited for the Abyss Walker remake. Abyss Walker and Light Fury remake. Because those are the classes that I first played in raids. So I'm more interested in that. Maybe also the BP one, but then I'm not sure like how they will remake the BP. Like I have a very bad feeling on that. So weird though. Like they are not running. Is it normal that I can search the party? Oh. But yeah. Like, I really think that if they remove the CD reset for BP, they will fuck up the class. And then, like, what makes BP unique is the HP, like the HP loss every time when you want to DPS, which you can't really see in other classes. But I do think that they will remove that also, because why not in CD? They already removed the Patrona ducking. It's not surprising that they removed the BP HP loss. And I do think that their balancing didn't go around the HP loss idea. Like they should have do something to it, because like it's like exchanging HP for more DPS, something like that. But then they never actually made the class strong enough that like it's like, oh, you can like use HP to DPS or something like that. They just made the class about the same strength as normal classes and weaker than Mara. So I'm a bit disappointed. Like this is such a good class that you can kind of like make it very fun to play. Like you need to balance your HP levels or something like that. It will be more fun, but then they never did anything related to that. Like you can actually see a lot of like classes in other games where they have like more DPS when they have lower HP, or they use the HP to cast strong skills, something like that. I crafted one on my sub Defensio. It's an Impactor claw. But yeah. I didn't enhance it because I don't have enough materials. Can I speak PH? Nope. I don't speak stuff other than English and Chinese. But yeah. Like, I'm really disappointed on BP as a class. Because like, before the Jade patch, he is actually really good, as in the concept is about the same as the actual DPS. Like, you really get more damage if you get more damage than other classes if you spam your transform while risking yourself dying because of the low HP. But then now for your Jade era, it's like you lose DPS if you don't spam your transform, and even if you spam, you still lose to most of the classes. It's just like stupid. Like they could have made the class way better by just maybe buff the board damage a bit more, or make it so that you have like special buffs when you are low HP or something like that. Then you can see BPs telling the healers, don't heal me, I need more DPS, don't heal me. Like, I'm pretty sure that would be more fun than the current BP right now. Yeah. For Abyss Walker, I miss the Awakening version where the classes focus on Dark Conviction. It's really fun, as in, like, you can just put the Dark Conviction there, and then you can do other stuff. Like, you can either focus on supporting your teammates, but because back then Abyss Walker actually can be half a healer. Like, he got the small heal from OF. Like, I feel like that's more fun than the current one where it's just like spamming Illusion Strike. Yeah. I don't want to do SD right now. I did it before, so I don't see the point of doing it again. Waste of time. But yeah. Anyways. I really don't like Illusion Strike spamming. Like, it's like very redundant in my opinion. Like, previously the Dark Conviction version is more fun because you can use other skills and you can walk around without losing much DPS using Dark Conviction. And the Summon Shadow Illusion Strike version is way worse because when you have Summon Shadow on, you can only use Illusion Strike. You cannot use any other skills, otherwise you lose DPS. It's like very stupid. It doesn't really make Abyss Walker stronger, so I'm not really a fan of that. But yeah. Free set of Minos, can I manage LB17? I think they can, but the problem is that their Randgrid is very shitty geared. I'm just using this character here temporarily. I'm waiting for my other team to dissolve. Like, eventually they will. I'm just waiting for my Randgrid got stuff to seal. So, and also my other team to dissolve. Then I can switch characters around. No, I cannot because I'm leeching gears from other parties. But yeah. And yeah, other stuff I see from the remake, especially the Piercer remake, data mine, is like they are trying to make classes easier. Removing the why people play the class before. Like, you know, if you guys know Piercer, like Flurry and Steambreezer class, they have this Wall Maker and Scar Maker circle buff. That's, I find it like very annoying to use, but then it's fun. Like, it's fun and then annoying at the same time. But then it makes the class challenging to play, like a bit more challenging, and it's like a special mechanic that other classes don't have. They're removing that also. And I feel like it's kind of wasted for them to remove like good, not really good mechanics, but mechanics that actually rewards player for doing stuff. They just changed all of them into a buff, which is just boring. Who else waiting? We are waiting for a healer. Don't know like what happened right now. I think the other healer is playing Dota right now. But yeah. Anyways, I will just continue my rant about class balancing. But yeah. They made like Patrona easier to play, removing the core mechanics of the class, and they now are trying to touch Piercer, Steambreezer, and Flurry, which is not really, I don't really think it's a good move. Like, they should have like tried to make the class more rewarding instead of just removing the challenging part of the class. But yeah, I do think that this will be how they balance the chaser classes for Raven and Ripper. because in the data mine we can see that they already removed the Raven bubbles, the steel bubbles from I think from star combination, and then you don't really need to use the bubbles to cast gluten cross anymore. Yeah, they don't need to use it to cast GC. Yeah, so they remove bubbles from GC and then they add a fixed CD on the skill, which makes the class like not Raven anymore, because originally Raven, back even when there's no awakening, it's a class that's known for high APM, a lot of skill spamming. The more skill you spam, the more DPS you get. But then now they remove the bubble and makes the class like remove the bubble and just make the awakening skill longer CD with like buffing a lot of the CDs of the other skills while buffing the board damage. It's just destroying the class. Like I don't really think that it's a good balancing, because they really should like make classes not harder but more rewarding when you are doing more complicated plays on them. But they are not doing that. They are just making all class simple, which is like I'm really disappointed. I can imagine why ED does this, because they want to make people play those hard mechanic classes more, but then they aren't really doing it the right way. So yeah. Like I don't know what to say. Like Randgrid, I think that they will just remove counter flare as a skill, or just make counter flare like no additional damage when you block, or something like that. But I have to say though, the Defensio remake skills are actually pretty fun. Like fun as in they give the class new animation. This I really like. But then the SA from the class mastery, not really that good. The skill jade modification of the skills like ground spike and bone break, not really that good also, because they didn't really change any of the animation. They didn't even increase the AoE for bone break. Like I feel like they should at least increase the action speed of bone break, like what they did to the Ruina BMJ Wall Rush. But then they didn't do that. For ground spike, I feel also that it's just a green colored ground spike. It's just a bit sad when they are doing stuff like this. Like there's so much potential. Like they could have like make bone break, let's say faster casting, or just give it a cool animation. Like there's a lot of cool animation they can do. Like even if they make it such as like even if they copy the Ripper Blade Runner animation, I would be more happy than just having a red colored bone break. It's just very, very disappointing. Like how they designed the skill jade animations for Defensio. The Rena ones are good though. The Rena ones are really good. It's just the Defensio one is just bad. Like another thing I feel like they could have done better is just increase the action speed for Defensio. At least give some type of action speed buff. Like the SA buff not really that useful, but if they can give like action speed buff with the SA buff, then it will be a very good change. Like you get rewarded for blocking, like more rewards for blocking instead of the current SA. Yeah, like a 20% action speed boost on every block would be so nice. But I know that won't happen because like ED doesn't care about Patrona, especially Defensio. Is Sniper good DPS? Yes, the current patch Sniper is pretty nice. Like it's one of the higher DPS classes. Okay, I guess I'll say sniper is of course on the top tier DPSs, and it's stronger than Tempest now, so I'll say it's pretty good. But the only problems I see with the class is the hero skill animation. I don't think it's good. The second awakening skill animation also not really that good. But yeah, doesn't really matter as long as the class have good TPS. It's like a good remake for the class. But then again, it's only a good remake because they made the class skill J, especially the Verdure J, strong. That's why it's good. I'm pretty sure if they reduce the board damage of the Verdure J, the class will be bad. Like, it's kind of sad that, like, all the balancing, they don't really need to do actual skill balancing, and like, except doing the changes on the skill J skills, because like most of the damage now are based on skill J. It's like just very stupid. And my party is finally running. This is such a good news. Okay. Finally, we're running. After such a long wait. I'm also so sleepy now, although I just woke up. I'm kind of thinking if I want to play Flurry in the future, because I'm probably quitting Randgrid very soon. But then again, I need to buy gears again. Not sure if it's worth also, since the class isn't that strong. I'm waiting for the revamp details to go out. I mean, remake details for Flurry to go up before changing classes. Hopefully the BMJ is still usable. Are we going inside? What? I feel like the game is so laggy today. Why is it targeting me today? What the fuck? Okay, I jumped that. Okay, safe. Almost 75%. Whoever that needs to stay outside, remember to go away. I'm seeing the smart use spray there. Okay. Oh my god. Sorry. What the fuck was that? I feel like I should have horsed just now instead of like using the block. Like somehow the block wasn't on time. I should have just iframe instead. Thing is, like, I thought I'm outside of the breath with pairing step already. Ugh. Then I Hornet Touch, but then it seemed that the Hornet Touch was cancelled instead of actually blocking. Or maybe, I think like what happened was like, remember before the run I was saying that the Battle Sense got some bugs? I think like what happened was that Battle Sense was triggered while I was using Hornet Touch. Then it cancelled the Hornet Touch. Oh wow. So stupid. Yeah, I should have straight force instead of yeah. Feels bad, man. But why though? They should have more than enough time. Ah, feels bad, man. I'm dying from the stupid stuff like this. I haven't played Randgrid for a long time. Maybe that's the reason. Okay. Oh well. I think what to do right now. Okay. Should see there. Why else people DMing me right now? Are they using our white cheat? Okay, their heal is still enough. Like I was going to ask them to remove their defense cheat. Not if you get hit by this though. Don't think the heals, no. Yeah. Feels Batman. I don't know, but it depends on like what Jade are they trying to buff. Because currently Steambreezer DPS depends on the BMJ skill instead of the BDJ and the DJ, because the BMJ skill got more potential since the blades. Actually, if if the heal's not enough, what you guys can do is just remove the ally Jade so you have lower HP. Then the healer ticks are easier to heal you back. But then if you remove the ally Jade, just make sure that you play safe since your HP is lower also. That's yeah. If you have ally Jade, it's easier. Just remove the ally Jade. Yeah. Defense Jade, you need to remove defense Jade. But then it's better than just straight dying. probably better for you to just like prep to remove when you see like one of the healers is dead. But from the, I mean, from the data mine, it seems to me that they are changing the spear stacking for Steambreezer, and also changing stuff on maybe the Wallmaker Awakening. I feel like it's a big buff for the BMJ Steambreezer, but then it's hard to say because we still need to see if they touch the skill board damage at all. If they do, then it's hard to say. But I feel like currently it's the DJ Steambreezer and the BMJ Steambreezer that might have the most changes, because I don't see any line talking about Fling Fling in the data mine. So I think for Steambreezer, you can try, if you are interested in the class, try to buy the DJ or the BMJ. Like either of them should be good because there's buffs on those skills. Like for the piercing spike is that I think they are going to change how the spear stacking works. Like there's no more spear stacking. For the BMJ is that they changed the wall maker buff so that you don't need to stay in the circle anymore, which makes the skill way easier to use. So that's a good part. Like no longer you need to stand inside the circle. But yeah, like I would imagine the BMJ Steambreezer will be really strong. Still depends on how much board damage they give to the skill though. But then just judging from the changes in the data mine right now, the BMJ should have a big boost because they removed the circle limitations on the class. So yeah. Other than that, not much information. The exploding spears, hard to say if it's a buff or no change, because we all know that currently the Dreamy Jade piercing spike already explode on itself, but then maybe there's more changes to the Jade because they changed the whole mechanic of the spear already, so we're not really sure what will happen. Even if they don't nerf DJ, the class will still be dead. Because the board damage of the Dreamy Jade is really low in today's standards. Before it's good, but in today's standards it's really bad. The BMJ Steambreezer is still very good, like it's still alive. It's just that it's really hard to play the class in combat because of the circles and the fact that you need to stay close to the boss, etc. But then if they remove the wall maker and star maker circles, it will make the class way easier to play. Then I'll feel like if they buff a bit the BMJ, then the class will be meta class again. Now the problem is just that we don't know if they will touch the board damage of the skill. That's the main issue right now. How about Assassin Remake? There's no detailed data mining for the classes, but for Raven, I know that they are removing the steel bubbles from Awakening and then make GC into a CD skill instead of a bubble skill. So they are going to make the GC CD longer because there's no bubble, like you don't need bubbles to cast it anymore. I don't think this is a good change because usually this means that the class will be easier to play in exchange of less DPS. That's a very bad change in my opinion. For Ripper, there's no big data mine changes. Like the only line they added is that the class will have like movement speed increase also when using ulti. But I don't think that will make a big difference for Ripper. Because currently the Ripper class problem is that the summon clones AoE is really small, and then the clones doesn't have the auto tracking AI inside, so it only attacks where you last faced. Like it doesn't even attack the target you are attacking. It just attacks where you last faced. So most of the time the clones won't hit anything because you will want to go around the boss and stuff. Then a lot of the skills will miss. That's one of the biggest problems of Ripper right now. Like, Ripper DPS isn't bad. It's actually really good. But the problem is that most bosses doesn't just stand there and be an idiot like the STG boss. That's what makes Ripper bad now, because you auto lose around like 30% of your DPS in combat just because the boss doesn't stand still, or the boss isn't big enough. For BP, OF, and Abyss Walker, there is no data mine lines on the class, and I'm not really sure how they would go for it. For Abyss Walker, I really hope that they bring back the old Dark Conviction, like the big guns Dark Conviction where it's a nuke. It's like really, like the Abyss Walker, it's really nice. But then I really doubt that they will do so. They probably would try to do more changes on the Summon Shadow buff. And for LF, I think it will just be a general board damage increase for the class. Probably won't have like new stuff, but I think they will try to increase the LF support ability, because currently LF support ability is the worst out of the 3 healer classes. He doesn't have a durational cure. His ulti is really hard to use compared to the Saint ulti. The stationary heal from LF is not really clear, like you can't really see it. Same with the ulti. The only thing that sets LF apart from other healers is that he got the extra 5% damage increase debuff on bosses. But then that's only it. Like, this won't really make LF a better class. And I feel like they could have do much more with the Life Fairy summonings, which once, like, back when LF Awakening, like long time ago, when the Assassin Awakening was just there was like 1 or 2 lines of data mine saying awakened summonings, but then they never apply it. I feel like they should have put that back, because that would be more interesting than the current LF. I doubt they will do so, because it's really hard for them to balance stuff. Another, I think for BP there's not much they will do. Probably just remove the CD reset, if ever. I feel like they really don't like CD resets now, so they might just remove it. I do feel like they should have like make the class more rewarding to play instead of the current one. Like the current one is just like punishing you if you don't spend transport on time. It shouldn't be like this. And there's no interaction between the non-transform skill and the transform skill. What the fuck? Why does... Okay. Why does pairing steps get hit? I'm just going to save the heat up for max later. Almost 75%. What the fuck? Ugh. I swear I was in air. Okay, my stacks are gone. Time for me to show my... Oh my god. Oh, this is scary. My true power of getting breathed. Feels bad, man. Oh no, it's going to do the third one. I need to walk there. Hello, hello. Yeah, I like they are changing that specific part. Yeah, I'll take it. Away from the middle, it's going to breath. Stomping from the big one. Oh my god! Ah! Long skill. Shouldn't use splitter there. Why isn't the Hornet Touch working though? Stomping? Yeah. Oh, so bad. I'm so bad. Breathing. Yeah, fucking hell. It's 49 now. At the time of the remake, it's hard to say. I feel like they like Raven more than the other 4 classes. So I'll put my bet on Raven or BP. They don't really like Abyss Walker. Like, so far, all the Abyss Walker buffs not really a buff. So I will put my bet on Raven. Hello, hello. Like, from my experience. Because they never actually buff Abyss Walker properly. And for BP, it's like really bad. Like, they never... The class buffs on BP not really that good. In fact, like, BP wasn't touched for a very long time. And that's why I feel like Raven will get the most love. But yeah, hard to say. Maybe they want to help Ripper this time. Oh my god, I'm in air! What the fuck is this? Almost 25? Almost 25, almost 25, 25 already? Oh, cannot. This one's going to fail. It's not alive, it's inside the stomach. Yeah, it's a fail run. Thank you. Okay, that's a fast run. Oh well. I think my DM bugged. Let me just close it. I'll just do a small test on my Impactor because I promised my friend to help him. Let me just... Can I actually return to character screen with this? Yeah, I can. I thought I need to close it, but I don't need to. Hello, hello. This party last week cleared though, so like this one is like mostly dependent on the healers. So if the healers didn't do well, we will fail S1 a lot. It's okay. It's not a big deal. I don't think I can change anything even if I use a stronger DPS here, since it will fail anyways because of the healers dying and going into the stomach. but it's fine. I'm just going to do a test on my Impactor right now. I got a friend ask me about whether TD is stronger or whether the EOD is stronger. So I'm just going to do that test right now, and I'm just going to share to you guys, since why not? The stream is just too short. Let me just take the gears out and change it to LB18 stats. Why is it out of the place? Okay, there. Can just use those additional skills, I guess. This. See. Oh, I didn't take the handstand. Almost did a stupid stuff. Okay. That's good to know. Let me see. What weapons should I be wearing? Should be the Oh, this is not T-operate. I thought this is T-operate. Okay, this is here. Then where's the? Is this one? Your T is the intense pulse. Okay. Then. I think that this is enough if I'm just doing STG. Don't really need to do anything else. And then, what else am I lacking? Let me think. Did you change the build a bit? To use this, then remove this one, change it to this one. What else do I need to change? The crit is not enough, so I'll use the crit and CTD plate. Okay, this way it's enough. Then I think I just need to use another crit damage plate and I'm done. Crit damage plate should be done. Yeah. Maybe change this one into a crit damage plate also. Crit damage plate, crit damage plate, crit damage plate, where's the crit damage plate? Yeah. That should be good enough. Okay. This is without EOD. This is one EOD only. Okay. Okay, so what I'm testing right now is whether the, let me just remove the cat or just make the cat at a better position. Anyways, what I'm testing right now is whether the dual TD can beat EOD with EOD difference. Like you see, that's like 1M attack total difference. Yeah, I'm just testing whether if like having dual TD can make a difference. So that's that. Is it 1 minute already? I think it's 1 minute already. I'm just not going to do helmet switching since it's just testing for friend. Oh my god, this super thing bugged. I think I need to rerun. Feels bad, man. Ah, just kill me. Like this domination bug when I'm testing stuff. Okay, let's go again. Still worth you build Moonlord. If you like the class, then yes. If you just want for DPS, I suggest you build Mara instead. What? Hello? My domination hit? Are you kidding me? is just triggering me right now. This is why I don't like to do STG. But then a friend asked me to test for him, so no choice. Let me just repair gears and wait. I'll just go to toilets for a while. Since need to wait for the FDN hardcore CD buff anyways. BRB. Okay, so about Assassin Remake, there's not enough information out yet, but what I see right now from data mines is that they are making Raven easier to play, which I feel like might be a nerf because they are making GC into a set CD skill instead of bubbles. Most of the time when they do something like that, it's a nerf, but it's hard to say because ED likes Raven more than the other assassin classes. So yeah. For Ripper, I see they doing action movement speed buff, adding the movement speed buff to the current crippling Punisher buff. So it's not a big change, so it's hard to say. But I feel like they might do something on the clones, but they also might not. They might just add more damage, which is not really solving the issue. What? Why doesn't the domination reset action? What's this? Is it so hard for me to just get a run without my domination bugging on stupid stuff? Like again, you see it's not working again. What? Never mind, it's almost 60 seconds. Might as well just. Oh, with the 50% damage reduction, I'm able to get hit by it. Third class warrior, I feel like they are trying to milk money. Because personally, I feel like they should have do the Machina spin-off first, and also finishing the vendor class. They are not doing that, so I'm a bit disappointed on them trying to start, like, another specification. I mean, it's not specification, but a specialization for warrior. That I'm a bit disappointed. But anyways, back to the assassin topic. I'm not sure like what they would do, but I do have a few directions that I wish they will cover, but likely they won't because they are ED. But yeah, it's a bit hard for me to do STG and think what I'm going to say. Let me finish this before I talk again. Okay. This is without EOD. So this is 1 minute 37 with dual TD and without EOD. Let's see the spread. Spread is like this, pretty normal, nothing special. Oh, there's no fire flare this time. Small difference. 137. Remember this number. Yeah, like a lot of classes they are just going to do a simple tweak, not a remake. But then it's better if you don't get a remake, you see Defensio. Sometimes they will just make things worse for you. Okay, I think the CD is back. No, I need to change the tweets also. Yeah. Oh, it bugged. What is this? Cancer. I forgot I need to switch twice when I'm using a second skill tree. Okay. Anyways, like for Raven, I feel like they're going just to remove the steel bubbles. Then that will be like maybe a big nerf because like you lose the CD reduction on the ulti of Raven won't work that well anymore, and also that since GC is now fixed CD, and there's no bubble system for it, so I don't think that they will be so nice that give you the same board damage as if you collect bubbles. That likely won't happen. So I'll think it might be a nerf, but it's hard to say because sometimes CD just like Raven more than other classes. Anyways, for Ripper, I really wish that they changed something to the clones. Like instead of summoning clones, they do like maybe something like the artillery second awakening, where it's tracking arrows hitting the boss. For Ripper, it can be fireballs or whatever stuff, or be like Buster countdown, where you get rays of light hitting boss or something. It's better than clones. Like there's so much problems with clones in my opinion. What? Okay, it's again. Just kill me. But yeah. Anyways, back to topic. So for I'll say Ripper, it's better for them to remove the clones. Like the shadow clones are just so bad. They have like small AoE, the AI is bad, there's tons of problem with them. And then the fact that it's a summoning just make Ripper very hard to play inside raids, especially when there's a anti-DPS mech, or what we usually call red bar mech. Ripper will likely fuck up if he didn't stop early because of the clone summoning issue. So, like, what happens when you use Crippling Punisher, or generally any Ripper skill that will have clone summoning, is that you use the skill first, then after a while they will summon the clone. So when red bar mech happens, even if you stop early, your clone might still spawn after the red bar, which will break the red bar. That's an issue that I think they should fix. There's tons of ways fixing that, but then I still feel like the best way is just to make the ulti something like countdown, or something like the artillery second awakening. Just make the effects cooler, like make it be like Ripper's shadow spawn and explode or something like that. It's anyhow it's better than putting the stupid clones on stage. I don't think Swordmaster will get a remake because both classes are doing quite well right now. And you shouldn't be asking for a remake, because remake usually just ruin the class. Like, very rarely they actually do a good remake. Just see the Persona remake, they ruined the whole class. What? Okay, I'm going to suicide again. Just cause like the domination didn't. What is with this stupid domination? Just kill me. Like, it's really hard to predict like what ED will actually do because there's not enough data for it. But then, like, I can only say like what I wish them to change. Like, I really feel that the current Raven is good enough. It's just the damage a bit lacking. For Rippers, more of the clone issue that I said. The class DPS in itself is not bad. It's just that the clone is what limiting the class to shine. For Abyss Walker, I'm really unhappy about how the class is right now, because I really don't think that they should buff Illusion Strike with Summon Shadow. Main issue is that when you use Summon Shadow, you are not allowed to use any other skill because of the Illusion Strike buff. It shouldn't be like that. So that's like what I think that they probably should change, but they won't. Unlikely they will, because they might think that it's cool for Abyss Walker to do pew 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 pew. I miss the Dark Conviction Abyss Walker more though. For LF, probably they should bring back the summonings. They won't. Yeah, don't ask for remakes. Remakes is like asking ED to win your class. Okay, 137, and how much is this? 206 without the TD. Let me just tell my friend. Can see the difference in STG though. Like the skill details. Can see like the additional damage is just gone. Okay, now you guys see how strong is the dual TD compared to like EOD. Like even if you drop like 1M attack, EOD doesn't do much difference. Well, they should just make it like the RT Second Awakening or Buster though. That's my opinion. Unlikely they will do so, so yeah. Okay, I'm just going to offline now since I finished the stuff my friend asked me to do. Thanks for watching, and probably see you guys next week. Not next week, probably Thursday. I have to run on Thursday. Okay. Thanks for watching. See you guys Thursday. Good night, good night.